Howdy, y'all. My name is Bernard. I've been a supervisor for 20 years, supervising union employees in that 20-year time, and I call myself a blue-collar AI translator. I've been messing around with AI for a couple of years, and I honestly think I can help people understand how to make this stuff work for people who actually do the work in the field. So what I'm going to do today is go through a training, plug my website because that's how these things work, and show you how you can use Copilot. I know what you're thinking. Copilot sucks. Yes, it does suck, but there's a reason why your utility or your municipality or your business is using Copilot. And you may not know that, but I'm going to show you the things you can do with it and help you out with it. So, if you're interested, let's go. Let's make this happen. Um, it's about 15, 20 minutes of time I'm going to need from you, and let's get it going. So, as of right now, though, if you want, please put Copilot on your phone right now so we can get this going. Again, you can find me at bluecollarAIHQ.com. What is AI and what it isn't? Okay. When you think of AI, you're probably thinking about some crazy stuff like it's going to take over my job, or it's going to be this new impressive thing that's just going to take away all my time and give me plenty of time. Sorta. Okay, so what it is, AI is a tool that can help you with writing and summarizing and drafting. If you're even thinking about how can I use this, we'll get into that. It is a time saver on paperwork and admin tasks. By far, this is the thing I think is the best thing at and what you'll be using Copilot for. It is a starting point for your ideas and things to make sure you're getting things done and you're proving things. And it's a tool that learns from you and learns how to give. What AI isn't, it is not your replacement. It cannot do your job yet. We don't have an AI that can go out there and dig a hole or go out there and turn a wrench yet. I don't think we'll ever get there anytime soon where it's basically fiscally obvious that this is the way to go. AI is not always right. AI will make up things sometimes, and that what we call hallucinating. We'll go over that too. AI is not a magic button. You can't just put it out there and say, hey, is this working this way? This is the best thing ever. Or here, AI, make me a pie. Don't work like that. Garbage comes in, garbage comes out. And AI is not private. I'm telling you right now, this is why your utility, your municipality, whoever you work for is using Copilot. We don't know what the AI systems are doing with the information that they got, whether it is GPT, Claude, DeepSeek, whatever. We don't know what they're doing with our information. So your company being the company that picked to use Copilot, and a lot of people are going to say Copilot sucks. Hey, I'm going to tell you Copilot sucks, but Copilot can still do some cool things. Copilot at least is a safe program that's running everything else with Windows attached to it and anything in the Windows suite. I don't know what Microsoft's doing with my information either, but my company seems to be pretty confident or pretty okay that Microsoft can have it. So if it's something private that your company does, do not share it with don't share it with any AI LLM out there. You don't need to do that. And I'll show you ways to go around it so you can use this tool without giving them other information out there on you. So what is an LLM versus an AI agent? What's the difference? You're going to hear these terms a lot when people talk about they're using the LLM or they're using the AI agent. A LLM is a large language model. The text on screen says the brain behind the tool. You know what it is it's a math problem, but I'm going to make it really easy for you. A LLM is a super parrot. The LLM, the Chrome, the Copilot, the Grok, whatever. They said, hey, let me give you all the information we can find on the internet and throw it in there. And then I'm going to ask you a question and you go look through all that information and bring it back to me really quickly. Doesn't happen all the ways or doesn't happen quite like that, but it can do that type of things. It's a super parrot or super autocorrect on your phone. It can predict the things it wants to say. It is not magic. It is actually working through a math formula to get it going. But as the text says, it's the brain. It's what happens. It reads a question, and it predicts the best response through math. It's a formula. So, like I said, think of it as a well-read coworker who's read millions of documents, can talk about almost anything. Yeah, and that thing can still be wrong. So don't worry. Think of it like that. Now, an AI agent is an AI that can take action. You can use, if you give an AI the tools to go through your system and do some things, it can go do some things. If you get, like I think right now, if you use Gemini and give Gemini access to your Gmail account and your Google account, it will tell you when your bill's coming up. It will go through your Gmail, find out where your bill's coming up, look through all that stuff for you, and tell you what's going on or whether you have tickets coming up or something like that. It can go in there and do that type of thing. You can tell Gemini to write an email for you too, and it can do that. That becomes the agent. So that LLM, largely the super parrot, is now able to do things on a program to make it work. So the LLM is the brains, and the ability agent is the brains of the LLM and the ability to do things. It can't answer. It doesn't just answer. It can search, open files, send you emails, review things that you may not be looking for on your computer. Right now, I know I'm covering part of it. Most LLMs, where Copilot is, has some agent features in Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Okay? It can do things like that for you. You can put up an Excel spreadsheet and say, help me put a pivot table in, and it'll help you out with that. That's the difference. I do not think any too big a municipality or utility will have a full agent running things in their system now. I think it's way too early for that, but that's just my personal opinion. So here's some words that you're going to hear through this project, through this little training I got for you. First word is prompt. This is the technical term is the input you give the AI model or the question or instruction. So write me an email. That's a prompt. The better you ask it, the better you get back. You know, the more definition put into it, you get back. One of my favorite ones to do when I was writing emails, I'd write a full email. I put it into Copilot and I say, Copilot, please make this email more formal. And because it's coming from a supervisor to a direct report. And then it will go through and clean it up for you real good. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, all you guys in the crews, the guys who run the field crews, this is going to be your best friend, honestly. You go out there, you can talk to your LLM, say, make me an email saying this, and this, make it sound like I'm professional. Yo, they will never know the difference. It's awesome. The big item I want to talk to you about is hallucination. And the technical term is a model-generated output not grounded in fact. What this is the AI is now making up things. It's not necessarily making up things. It's just using that math formula I talked to you about. It is figuring that, hey, out of all the other examples I've seen of this seems like the right thing to do right now. And here's a good way I could show you. I was doing a meeting one time, getting some notes, getting a transcript of the meeting, and it had action items on the meeting. I said, hey, Copilot, please give me the meeting notes of this meeting and go through it. It went through, gave me most of the meeting notes, and all of a sudden it started assigning action items when we didn't assign action items to anybody. That's an hallucination. But it thought to itself, hey, look, most of the time I get meeting notes or anything from this guy, he has action items on it, so obviously there should be action items here, so obviously I'll make the action items happen on the backside. That's a hallucination. It's predicting the words, it just predicted it wrong. Okay, a model, a trained AI system, GPT-4, Claude. I love Claude. I use Claude daily. DeepSeek, Gemini, Grok, all models that do different types of thinking. Copilot is the one that runs Microsoft stuff. That's it. Copilot does a really good job of running Microsoft stuff because Microsoft built it. So this is going to be an enterprise LLM or enterprise model we're going to have to get used to anyway. Context window. The amount of text the AI can process. So say you were going to give the AI, I don't know, maybe you have 5 years worth of documents stored up somewhere, and you want to put it all in there, have it sorted, so have it looked at and reviewed. And I'm going to be very honest with you, some LLMs do not have the process or ability to take all that data from you like that, unless it's in a different way. That's a context window. RAG, retrieval, augmented generation. And this is when an AI looks up stuff before it guesses on it. And this is how it can search your files. This is the thing that makes an LLM into an agent. Now, here's my plug. At Blue Collar AI headquarters, HQ.com, you can go to my personal website. My personal website actually has a full book of 50 terms that talks about these things that I think Silicon Valley made way too confusing for people outside of them to understand what's going on. I think it's their little way of gatekeeping to keep us away. But I made a book of 50 terms that you can look up and use to understand what they're saying. Like my favorite one of these things is human in the loop processing. What's human in the loop processing, everybody? Quality checks. That's it. You're quality checking the computer to make sure it's doing right. That's human in the loop processes. Whenever you hear anybody says, we're making sure the LLM is doing human in the loop process, we're making sure we have human in the loop processing when the LLM gives us an output that we need. They're making sure it's not lying to it and having hallucinations, okay? So this is the type of things I have on my little book. The book is free. I just need your email. I'm not selling you anything yet, but there will be a time where I start selling you emails and stuff, FYI. Have fun with it. Enjoy. So, let's get into this. Copilot versus other tools. Like I said before, ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, these are AI tools. They're powerful, but they're not connected to your city's emails, files, teams, your utilities, emails, files, teams, and data is going somewhere we don't know. Copilot is built into the system that they have already because they've been spending even Microsoft money for years to use Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and things like that. And they're all probably going to stay. All the documentation you send in the Copilot, I'm guessing, is going to a secure location that your city will see is happening. That's why they're making you use this thing. This is why we're going to show you how to make it work for you later on, or make it work for you in context. So AI does the busy work while you can do the real work. If anybody tells you they're going to use AI to replace you, that's a really bad manager. We'll talk about that later. But it should be there to get paperwork off your plate. What's the busy work? Writing and rewriting emails to make sure they look right and make sure they're formatted right. What should you really be doing? Communicating and solving problems, right? Busy work, typing up meeting notes. Man, just let Teams give you the transcript of what you're doing, and you just run the meeting. Focus on getting documents out there, and let it give you the transcript. Then put that transcript through an LLM to make sure that you are getting the information, everything's going right. Busy drafting documentation. Now, listen, I think this is something really important when you draft documentation. Do not rely on an LLM. If I think about, you can date this. This is how you can date this training. About 3 weeks ago, there's some lawyers who were relying on LLMs and they got disbarred off of it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you do your actual work. Make sure you know documentation you're going through. And if you're formatting reports and stuff like that, make the decisions from the data. Let the LLM put it in different ways to look at it, ask it some questions, but you look at the data and start making choices against it, okay? Here are the 6 ways you get to use Copilot right now. Like I said, email editing. Write up a rough draft, typos and all. Copy it, paste in the Copilot, and here's your prompt. Copilot, please change this tone to be friendlier and more legalistic, I guess. Copilot, please take this email and make it, spell check it, and format it as it's going out towards upper management for me. It will then go through and put it in the right context and make it go up, and it'll be an email you can send off and not worry about it. That should be able to do if you have an agent within Outlook soon. Haven't played around with it enough to be able to figure out how to do that. If I do, I'll make another video to show you guys how to unlock that stuff. Activity documentation. Okay, now here's the one I'm going to tell you is going to be really good for you. And this is why I want you to do it. Now, you can download a LLM to your phone and speak to it. I don't do that. That's just me. I don't like the idea of something having my voice, but here I am putting it out there right now. Somebody can take it anyway. But what I do is I use my iPhone notepad function, or if you're on Android, your voice note function. I will type that, put that on, and I say, okay, voice notes, here it is. It is 2:45 on Wednesday, June 17th. I think that's 17th. Yeah, Wednesday, June 17th. At the field, I'm at the corner of Main and Jefferson, currently in the city of Victorville. I know those don't match, but that's what I'm going to talk about. And we're going to document that my employee was going down an alleyway and clipped his mirror while inspecting the poles in the system. It looks to me that he was surrounded by 4 houses, and being surrounded by those 4 houses, he just had barely enough room to hit it, and it's just what happens. What we look at, and after doing a quick review, we think that we should institute a quick training on the circle of safety and make sure he could put his mirrors in so we don't have this problem anymore, or he parks at the end of the alley to get the work done and just walk back and forth for equipment. Stop. You take that voice note, take the transcript of that voice note, throw it into Copilot, say, please give me an accident report from this information. Booyah, there you go. Review the accident report, make sure it's what you wanted to say, and then you should have an accident report that you can attach to a documentation with photos and stuff for that type of stuff. That's going to be a lifesaver for you. And when I was a field supervisor and had to go do these things, man, what would I give to have that ability to just be able to do these notes out there? I personally think a really good one would be going out to your guys in the field. If you have a field, so I used to do a lot of windshield time. But when you have to get to guys in the field, go out there with your voice note, voice recorder, and say, hey, listen, we're going to record this and make it a one-on-one meeting. Booyah! There you go, one-on-one meeting, confirmation both people are there. You're hitting your goals if that's part of your goals. Love it. How-to guides and SOPs. So the best part about this is that you can create an SOP and a how-to guide through Copilot. What you do is, if you want to do it you can do a full recording of you doing it. Just record yourself running through the program, talking it out. Take that transcript or take that video, put it in the Copilot, and say, now turn this into a SOP for me, or turn this into a how-to guide. It will go through it. And currently, I'm doing that right now for one project that I'm in my current position, and making sure that the data is correct and that it works well. And if it works well enough, I can give it to our intern, let them make sure it's running as well. It's a good way to save you time. What I would rather you do, though, is if you're doing this, be sure to sit there and make sure you know of course, you know the process, you know what's going on, but be sure to understand what you're doing and what you're building when you build out this how-to guide. Look at that stuff. Okay, meeting recaps. Okay, rough notes again, post it into Copilot. Give me a clean summary. If you're on Teams, record the meeting. Take the transcript, pop it in there. Booyah. Job hazard analysis drafts. Okay, let's look at this. You can use Copilot as a job hazard analysis if you can give it all the things you're thinking of that could possibly happen, and it can start telling you what can go wrong. A lot of tech people call this red teaming, but you can use this to help you out. And also look at these things and validate. These things are not infallible. Do not let this replace your critical thinking. Let it help you with your critical thinking. Let it help you learn more. Let it help you explore other things. Do not let it take over that job. That's you. And here's one thing I want to say, very important about Copilot. It is a 365 tools trainer. Okay, this is Microsoft's LLM. This thing knows everything about Excel, Word, PowerPoint, any Visio, all that stuff. If you are having problems moving one cell over to another cell, or capitalizing everything in something in the next cell, and you don't want to mess up this file, hey Copilot, can you help me make a Pareto chart out of this? Can you give me the steps to do this Pareto chart step by step? And when you get through it, you come to a part where you messed up. Hey, Copilot, I'm on step 3 right now. This is what I see. Here's a screenshot. What should I do next? Man, this is going to be the thing that helps you out the most, especially even if you're in an office on a regular basis and you're trying to make really awesome Excel sheets or really awesome things. This is where it's going to be at. This is going to be the thing that's going to help out. This is the things that help Copilot out. FYI, Claude could do it too. But in your office, they want you to use Copilot, so you use Copilot. Okay, guys, we're almost done. Let's go. What can go wrong? So here the risk again. Hallucinations. Copilot and any other LLM will make up facts, dates that sound completely real. Always verify before you go into anything. Data privacy. Check with your job what you can share. Again, we do not know what they're doing with the data. Just don't know. They have it. They have a lot of it. And people probably sat there and used the LLMs to talk about personal secrets and stuff like that. I don't know what they're going to do with that either. And FYI, I've done it too, guys. I've vented to my LLM before. If you don't own it, or if it's a company's property, do not give it to it. And again, do not give these things blind faith. They are tools. You need to use them as such. It is never your final answer. Research, do some more work to get through it. So here's my fun part right here for you guys. Here's your Mad Lib, how to build your own prompt. Okay, if you don't know what Mad Lib is, okay, kids, I'm sorry. I'm old. This is what I get, and this is how I relate to it. So I need you to action. A, document type. About, topic. Write it for, audience. Keep it, tone length. I need you to summarize. A, meeting recap. About, vehicle troubles. Write it for the local garage. Keep it short and direct. There you go. That's how you can make the LLM do the things you need to do. Remember, I need you to action, document type, topic. Then write it for audience and keep it wherever you want. These things make it really, really easy for you to get that stuff out. I really do like the ones like keep it plain language or keep it under 200 words or make it so it works for you in such a way. When you start putting this much nuance into your prompt, you start getting a much better output on it. I sometimes do prompts nowadays that are 500 words long just because I'm describing, I'm letting flow of consciousness go through me, and I let the LLM figure that out. But when you're doing anything at work, you can keep it nice and short to help it go and get these actions done. I think that's a really good one, actually. So here's some examples. Use these right here. Clean up this email I wrote, make it look more professional, keep it under 5 sentences. Let the LLM cook. If it's under 5 sentences, like 3, tell it, hey, expand this for me. Make it a little bigger. Here's some extra information for it. Activity log. Turn these rough notes into professional activity log. Paste the whole notes there. If you want, you can take a picture of your handwritten notes and give it to the LLM. Now, if you write like chicken scratch like I do, don't do that. Just type it back out. It's not going to be able to read hieroglyphics yet. And I'm talking about me. I got hieroglyphs. I'm not talking about you. SOP, how to write a step-by-step guide for onboarding. Write it for someone who's never done this before. On this one, I would say, here are our KPIs for this, whatever you got to do for that. Meeting recap. Summarize these meeting notes into a recap with 3 key decisions and a list of actions with your owners, okay? This is some really good, simple prompts. You can keep your prompt library. Prompt library is just a list of words you can throw into the LLM that gives you the output that you want to happen on a regular basis. FYI, the more you use the LLM, the more it will know the things that it wants to do with you or what things are the output that you're looking trying to get. You'll sometimes get it where it splits off into 2 things, saying which output is better for this task. Pick the one that you like the most and let it go. Okay, so LinkedIn world, YouTube world, your next steps right now. If you are at home or at work, install Copilot on your phone, go to the App Store, download it with your city account. You should have access to it, and just try prompting out some things things that help you out. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. Uh, get comment on the video. I'll do my best to reach back to you and help guide or help you out with this thing. If you have if you do want to know more about the verbiage that's used for LLMs, again, you can find my book at Blue Collar AI HQ .com. Just I need your email. I'll send you a book. And yeah, thank you guys for sitting here with me on this. I've been taking a long time to get this going, and we're gonna keep it going up for at least the summer. So thank you so much for your time, and y'all have a great day.